Adult film star Stormy Daniels testified today in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial. So Trump technically slept with her again.
The long-awaited day has come at last. Stormy Daniels testified in court today and held nothing back. She revealed all the sordid details about her relationship with Trump, including the most repulsive ones. Her testimony poses an even greater threat to Trump, which we didn't believe was possible in his situation.
Mr. Trump, how's it going in there?
Did Stormy pay you?
During the hush money trial of former President Donald Trump, Stormy Daniels sat only a few meters away and provided testimony about an encounter that occurred in 2006. The porn actress received payment for her silence during the presidential race a decade later. However, while Daniels' testimony was highly anticipated, it wasn't just the monetary details that people wanted to hear. Many were eager to learn about the juicier aspects of their private encounters. Nonetheless, Stephen Colby cautioned people to not get their hopes up too high.
One of the prosecutors told Judge Juan Merchan that Daniels will not describe Trump's genitalia because it would violate the gag order.
Although Stormy Daniels had to be cautious with her words in court, we all know the story inside and out thanks to other sources. Stormy was never one to hold back, and she made that clear in her book, Full Disclosure, where she vividly describes her interactions with Trump. In the book, she mentions that Trump's was smaller than average, but not freakishly small, which was probably a compliment to him. However, Stormy didn't stop there. She went on to describe his pubic hair as Yeti pubes and compared his to the mushroom character in Mario Kart. Although it was the least impressive she's ever had, Trump clearly didn't share that opinion. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, Stormy took her description of Trump's to a whole new level, likening it to a mushroom that she believes best resembles the presidential junk.
Mushrooms, orange mushrooms, would most represent the commander-in-chief of the United States military.
Can you hold it up so it's coming at me at the correct angle?
Ever since, the shape of Trump's genitalia, resembling a toadstool, has become a widely shared internet joke.
Oh, is this the one?
During the interview, Kimmel inquired about another well-known incident involving Trump and Stormy. The incident in question involved Trump spanking her with a magazine that featured him on the cover. The most disheartening aspect of this ordeal is that Stormy is the most credible witness. Every detail she has revealed aligns so perfectly with Trump's character that it's impossible to deny its authenticity.
Weird that the hotel even had a copy of Bankruptcy Aficionado.
During her testimony, Daniels had the jurors' full attention when she provided a vivid and explicit description of the encounter that Trump had denied. It's quite strange that she knows such specific details, yet Trump maintains his innocence and denies having slept with her. Trump looked ahead and whispered to his lawyers while Daniels was speaking and appeared to be shaking his head. It's possible that this was around the time when Daniels made a comment about the size of his genitalia. Trump may have clarified to his lawyer that his genitalia is not as small as she had suggested, so as to avoid any misunderstandings.
Who among us hasn't slept with an adult film star and then tried to cover it up and then become president? And yet we look down our noses at him? I don't think so. Shame on us.
Daniels' report was delivered in a casual, conversational manner as she described various aspects of Trump's hotel room, including the furnishings and floors. She also took the time to mention the contents of his bathroom before proceeding to reenact the moment when Trump posed for her on his bed in his underwear. During her testimony, Daniels gestured with her hand and lifted her leg to recreate the scene.
What did you guys talk about at dinner? I know because I've read about it.
Actually, we never had dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he lied to me. I'm very food motivated. That's why I stayed and held out for so long, because I was told there would be snacks.
The trial's highlight was undoubtedly the testimony, which delivered quite a bit of drama. Despite the defense's objections and calls for a mistrials, Daniels divulged all the juicy details, some of which were deemed prejudicial and irrelevant. However, what may seem unimportant to some could be crucial to others. The audience was thoroughly entertained, but the judge and prosecutors who had to endure it in person probably found it more nauseating than amusing.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels testified that she and Trump had sex in missionary position. Don't even think about it, shouted Judge Merchan to the sketch artist.
During Daniels' testimony, Judge Juan Merchan frequently interrupted her due to the vivid nature of her descriptions. Trump's legal team argued that her testimony was unfair and could prejudice the jury. Attorney Todd Blanche questioned how they could recover from such damning testimony. Perhaps, he suggested, the fairest course of action would have been to avoid paying hush money altogether. However, Judge Merchan did not find Daniels' testimony as disturbing as the defense did. In fact, he found it somewhat amusing and rejected their motion for a mistrial. He believed that the defense should have objected more during the hearings and that both he and the jurors needed to hear all the details from the witness. Nevertheless, the judge wisely acknowledged that some of Daniels' details were better left uncommented.
He tells her she reminds him of his daughter. She goes to the bathroom. She comes out of the bathroom and he is stripped down to his underpants. And she tries to leave. And he steps between her and the door. And she doesn't want to do it. She says she doesn't feel threatened, but he says to her, I thought you were serious about what you wanted. If you ever want to get out of that trailer park. They have sex. She is not into it. He does not wear.
Later that day, Trump's team took advantage of the chance to cross-examine Daniels, painting her as someone who had personal motives for disliking Trump and who stood to gain from her allegations against him. Throughout the questioning, Daniels appeared tense, and her tone of voice changed noticeably as she braced herself against Nell's attempts to undermine her credibility. Despite this, Daniels remained resolute, providing brief, straightforward answers and pushing back against Nell's accusations that she had made up certain details of her story or tried to extort money from Trump. At one point, Nexel asked Daniels if she hated Trump, to which Daniels admitted that she did. But let's be honest, given everything we've learned today, who can blame her? Trump's threats against Daniels and her daughter went beyond just being a creepy old man. They revealed him to be a dangerous psychopath.
Who among us hasn't slept with an adult film star and then tried to cover it up and then become president?
Despite the strange and disturbing nature of their previous encounter, Daniels maintained contact with Trump and even visited him at Trump Tower. The subsequent romantic relationship and communication between the two were equally bizarre and off-putting, leaving us puzzled as to why Daniels would agree to it. She testified that after their initial hotel room meeting, she felt shaken and made a point to meet Trump in public places. While Daniels did share the details of their encounter with some individuals, few were willing to come forward due to feelings of shame. It's not difficult to understand why, as the experience was undoubtedly demeaning.
Stormy Daniels said that in phone calls after her sexual encounter with Trump in 2006, he would always call her Honey Bunch. Honey Bunch. And you guys think Biden...
Exciting news for those following the trial involving adult film star Stormy Daniels and President Donald Trump. After a brief hiatus, the trial is set to resume on Thursday, with Daniels returning to the witness stand. This comes after a grueling 90 minutes of questioning on Tuesday afternoon by Trump's lawyer, Susan Nellis. Many are eagerly anticipating what new information Daniels will reveal in her testimony. Will she provide even more shocking details about her alleged affair with Trump? Will she shed light on the hush money payment made to her by Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen? The possibilities are endless. Regardless of what Daniels says in her testimony, one thing is for sure, there will be plenty of drama. The trial has already been a media circus, with reporters and spectators alike clamoring for a glimpse of the action. And with Daniels back in the spotlight, the drama is sure to intensify. So, if you're a fan of the Stormy Daniels trial, don't miss the next episode. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest developments, and be sure to check out our other episodes for more in-depth coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.